questions in the comment section if you're watching on Facebook. If you're not watching on Facebook, welcome. And of course, as always, you're welcome to watch it on Facebook so that you can chat with us. Okay, so today's First Alert headlines, we are talking about temperatures remaining above normal through at least the first half of the week and only a couple of small chances for rain, especially it looks like Friday evening. Otherwise, it does get cooler for the weekend, so we'll talk about that as well. Beautiful, beautiful views all across the tri-state. Just a gorgeous start to the day. We're getting to the point now there at Turfway Park. You can see kind of the grassy surfaces are starting to look a little dry. You know, that's another thing I was just looking up. We are almost exactly 2 inches below normal for rainfall so far this month, and we only have a little more than a week left. So and we don't see a lot of rain. So this month is going to go down as well below normal, very dry weather. However, as far as the drought is concerned, we're only in that lowest level of drought, abnormally dry. So if you think of that on a scale of 1 to 5, it's not terrible. But this will get updated again on Thursday, could show worsening conditions. Definitely not going to show improvement, that's for sure, because we just haven't had any kind of rainfall or significant rainfall for that matter. And so about half of the area is still abnormally dry according to the drought monitor. Again, this gets updated on Thursdays, but it takes the information from the previous Tuesday. So really, if we were to get any rain today or tomorrow, that would go into account. But the fact that we're not shows that likely we'll see worsening conditions. I mentioned that everybody's just in abnormally dry, or if you're in anything at all, but northern portions of Warren County, Clinton County is included in a moderate drought. So that would be a 2 on a scale of 1 to 5. Just to show you, I mean, sometimes we say the story is what's not happening rather than what's happening. So what's not happening is rain. So we'll show you radar anyways, just to show you that there is no rain out there. So yeah, and it's not just us. I mean, a large portion of the country very dry. There is a system sweeping through the plain states, parts of Nebraska and Kansas right now seeing some of that rain, even Colorado, some frozen precipitation, and then in the Pacific Northwest too. But otherwise, yeah, it's dry. No doubt about that, but it's also pretty quiet. So heading down to the tropics, we're going to talk about Tropical Storm Oscar. Oscar was a hurricane yesterday. It has weakened to a tropical storm. Actually, it's weakened significantly. I didn't realize that. It had 80-mile-per-hour sustained winds yesterday. Now the gusts aren't even that high. So has weakened. However, still, National Hurricane Center is saying heavy rainfall from Oscar will lead to areas of significant life-threatening flash flooding in eastern Cuba. Mudslides also a problem. Localized flash flooding across southeastern Bahamas. So that's why they are under tropical storm warnings across still portions of Cuba and into the Bahamas. But Oscar expected to remain that tropical storm status through the middle of the week, not impacting any land masses in the United States. So still, still a problem, still a lot of rain, but continuing to weaken as that tropical storm, or at least just stay at tropical storm status. So that's what's happening in the tropics. No other systems that they're monitoring. Even when you look into the Atlantic Ocean, there's nothing right now that could become a tropical system anytime soon. So temperatures right now here at home in the 60s, 63 in Harrison, 67 at CVG, Falmouth at 64 degrees. Hello to Jeff and Becky. Hello, good afternoon. Happy Monday. Salutations. 67 in Batavia, 64 at Lunken, 67 in Hamilton. So everybody in the mid to upper 60s there at CVG. The winds are light at about 2 miles per hour. The air relatively dry with that dew point at 47. That's what I've noticed the most. We're getting to the point where, like, when I'm out on a run, it's not that I need water because it's, humid and really hot, even though in the afternoons it does get pretty warm for outdoor exercise and recreation. But it's that dry air. It's just like, that's what's making me the most thirsty now. If I am out and about, exercising, especially in the afternoon. So today's high, more than 10 degrees warmer than normal. Now, however, the record highs for this time of year, I looked at the next several days when we have those highs in the 70s. They're in the mid to upper 80s, 85 to 87 degrees. So we're not going to be record warmth, but still well above normal warmth for this time of year. Yes, my flowers Yes. Okay. So Susan says, only good thing about this weather is the flowers are still beautiful and you can get a lot of yard work done. I did cut my grass last week thinking to myself it could be the last cut, which I thought that with the one before that. So clearly I'm not good at predicting that. And then today I thought, wow, like I could maybe cut it again this week. I can't remember what day I did it last week. It was, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, I think. So yeah, it's been about a week. I'm going to wait a bit because if it stopped growing the length that it is right now, I'm fine with. But yeah, if it's going to keep growing, that's a different story. But some of my summer flowers are still, they don't look like they did, of course, in August or July, but they are still hanging on. And then I did get mums this year. I was kind of on the fence about it because in the past I've had an experience with mums where they just don't last very long. But I am committed to these mums. I think I've had them now for almost 2 weeks. And just kind of researching, and I asked at the florist, you know, what I should do. So, yeah, it's been, I've been winning the battle so far this year. But yes, warm weather all week long. So if you are going to be going outside, especially in the afternoon hours, it's going to be a little warm for October standards, of course. Here's what's happening this week. Not much, but we do see a front move in on Friday, and that could bring us the chance for rain as we head into a Friday evening. Behind that front, and by the way, it'll be windy. I need to make sure I put in the wind gusts here. Behind that front is some much cooler air. It does turn cooler for the weekend. So if you don't like this warm weather, if you want it to feel more like fall, you just have to wait a few days because it will be changing. Okay, here are the wind gusts. As I talked about this yesterday too. Samantha, I'm going to have that Bengals forecast coming up as well. At least I thought I had it. First of all, let me change a couple of things. Okay. Yes, I have it coming up. Should have trusted myself. Okay. Yeah, Jeff, just wait a few days. Fall will be back. And then Sean asked if global warming is contributing to these warm temperatures. Yes, in a way it is. It's hard to tell. You know, global warming or climate change, if you will, is kind of the more overall patterns, and the fact that we have had a lengthy period of time with warm weather, that's when you can contribute that to climate change. When it's just a couple of days, that's just, you know, a pattern change. But we have been unusually warm most of this month, so, or, you know, above normal temperatures most of this month. So that's when you look at the overall pattern. Trying to see if I actually have that tabulated. Oh, I do. Okay. So we're about 1.3 degrees on average, so taking in the highs and lows compared to normal. Now with the high temperature, we are 2.6 degrees warmer than normal. The low temperature is actually very close to normal. So, but yes, it has been a warmer than normal month. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so as far as the wind gusts, when we look ahead to those breezy winds, which are going to happen Tuesday into Wednesday, tomorrow you're looking at 20, 25 mile per hour wind gusts. On Wednesday, even during the morning hours, those winds could be a little strong, and then just breezy. We're not talking about anything significant, nothing that's going to bring down those Halloween decorations, but we'll definitely move around some of those leaves in the yard, and you'll definitely feel it outside, but just breezy winds for both Tuesday and Wednesday. Nothing that we'll issue any kind of an advisory about or anything like that. Looking ahead to Sunday, of course, the Bengals back in town, 1 o'clock kickoff. They are facing the Philadelphia Eagles. It is they're striping it, right? I should know this. Stripe the jungle, right? If somebody knows, by all means, please let me know. But I think it's, or is it the white? Is it the white uniforms? Is that the same thing? Yeah, they're wearing the white uniforms, right? Oh, the striping is when they do the red and, or the orange and black. Duh. Okay. Yes. So this is the white uniform game, right? Sunday. That's why we have this. It's in like the white and black kind of. Yes. Okay. Yes, Sunday, October. Don't miss the rare white bangle. That's what they're calling it. So the helmet is white with the black stripes like you see there. The jersey is white with just a few kind of orange, I don't know, accessories. And the pants are white with black stripes. So most things are, the overwhelming color is going to be white. So, okay. So that's happening Sunday. And it looks pretty nice. Temperatures will be in the 60s by halftime. While it will be cooler than, the first half of this week, it's still going to be pretty nice. As we look ahead to that 7-day forecast, temperatures do remain very warm for the first half of the week. Remember, the normal high is 65. We're looking at 77 today, 79 tomorrow, 78 Wednesday. Overnight lows then drop back down into the 40s, highs in the 60s and 70s. Again, that chance for rain on Friday. And then as we head into the weekend, it does look dry. It does look cooler with highs in the mid 60s. Let me change. We've been back and forth about this rain chance on Friday, but I'm more convinced that we're going to get it. Back and forth is a good way. But yeah, we're going to say scattered showers. Yeah, I've been back and forth on these rain chances for Friday. Okay. This weekend looks pretty nice. Again, near normal for this time of year. Even if it's not, the 70s that... Jeff has some opinions on the Bengals. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I watched the whole game. I watched most of the game. I think I was traveling for part of it. Gotta move this a little bit. And of course, we'll have full analysis throughout the day today on that. There we go. Now I've updated that. I do think, it was funny because last week, finally, the defense did really well and the offense continued to play, I thought, pretty well, even though Joe Burrow said it wasn't their best. But it seems like we can't get all three phases to come together. That's kind of what I observed. I did watch very little of the Chiefs game. Unfortunately, that's when I had a commitment during that time. And then I watched a good part of the Steelers game. Steelers were, they're in this quarterback limbo right now that Russell Wilson is healthy. So it's kind of interesting to watch their opponents as well, just to see, okay, how are they faring at this point in the season? So that's what I was kind of watching. But yeah, Jeff says he doesn't think they're playing as good as they should be. On paper, they are an amazing team. I do think they're not playing at their full capabilities, but maybe they will, I don't know, soon because... hey, if you're going to the playoffs, you got to start playing well now, right? All right, just want to go beyond the 7-day forecast, which has Halloween in it. And yes, as of right now, it does look like we'll have that chance for rain on Halloween. Let me take this full for you. And as we begin November, some wet weather. So basically Thursday and Friday. Temperatures will be in the 70s again for most of that beyond the 7-day forecast. So just something, worth mentioning. Yes, it looks like the overall pattern is very warm. Overnight lows in the 50s, they should be in the mid 40s as well. So you're looking warm on both ends of the spectrum. I wanted to get to a couple more comments. Oh, well, okay. So people love to say this. People that don't like the Chiefs say that the refs like to help them. I thought the refs were a little bit harsher on them yesterday. So that's just what I thought. And again, I didn't watch the whole game. Oh, the fall foliage. Yes, Catherine was talking about that earlier. We are nearing peak. We peak kind of this week and next week. We're basically into peak. The problem is because of the drought, and because of the warmer weather and because of some storms, some windy conditions that we had, of course, is with the remnants of Helene, a lot of those leaves have already fallen and they didn't get to turn color before they fell. But I have seen some pretty colors across the area. You just have to kind of go to the right areas. I think along the AA highway, if you get closer to the Ohio River, kind of in the southeastern portions of our viewing area where they have not had quite as harsh conditions as far as the drought, we have better conditions there. Somebody asked me about the winter forecast. I know that Steve showed us the Climate Prediction Center's long term. Basically, it looks like we get above normal precipitation, but temperatures are near or slightly above normal. So what that tells us is when we do get snow, so when we do get that colder air, we could get a good snowfall. I do think, though, with the warmer than normal temperatures expected, we will see more in the way of probably rain or ice, maybe sleet, rather than snow when we do see precipitation. That's what it looks like right now. It's, of course, just a highly educated prediction at this point, but that's what those models are saying. So warmer than normal and more, or close to normal to warmer than normal temperatures, and then more than normal precipitation. But yeah, it is an absolutely gorgeous day outside right now, that's for sure. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to get outside. I was thinking about, with Blink, they'll be taking down some of those displays today, and they have great weather to do it. Well, they'll be taking down all of the displays, I guess, like the projectors and the different things that were set up. Yeah, going to be a nice day to do that for sure. I would say that probably the biggest thing happening here, let's see, this week, of course, is that the Bengals are back in town Sunday. Let's see here. We also have next Monday, FC is in town for the playoffs, so that's fun. I was trying to think of other events happening. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to the zoo, which I believe I have that forecast too. But for the jack-o'-lantern glow, yeah, here we go. So the jack-o'-lantern glow happens in the evening hours, and it's actually like separate from the zoo. It's separate from like where all of the animals are. Doors open at 6 p.m. The event actually starts at 6:30. So if you're heading there this evening, it's going to be pretty mild. But I'll be out there tomorrow evening. I'll be doing live shots as well. So hopefully I'll see you there, or I can kind of walk you through it. Catherine went last week and just absolutely loved it. So yeah. Well, the problem with, yeah, and everybody was saying that the 49ers and Chiefs, it was like a Super Bowl rematch. I hate to say that because the seasons don't bleed over into the others, right? I mean, we know that with the Bengals too. You can be really, really good one season and not so much the next, or vice versa. So I don't like that narrative that it was a rematch it's a rematch of the same two teams, but the personnel in some instances is different. The players in a lot of instances are different. And a lot of time has gone by since that Super Bowl game. So anyways, I know a lot of people wanted the 49ers to get like revenge, quote unquote. Yeah, we're talking about football in the comment section. We actually have, talking more about the winter forecast, we actually have a competition going here at the station for who can predict the first snowfall. It has to be 1 inch of snow measured at CVG. So we'll see who ends up winning that. Okay, so I need to update the website, work on a couple more things. As I said, I'm going to be at the zoo tomorrow, so that'll be fun. But if you head out and you take those pictures from the jack-o'-lantern glow, make sure that you share those photos with us as well, because we would love to see those too. You guys, great questions today, asking about, the long-term forecast, also asking about football, the forecast for the game and all sorts of stuff. So always appreciate those comments. Say hello to John, who just joined us. Hello. All right, guys, I hope you have a great afternoon. Take some time to get outside, if not today, the next couple of days, because they're going to be really, really nice before the cool down, just in time for the weekend. All right, I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you back here tomorrow at the same time.